Hey yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is the one, the only, the big bird on the block, FC, aka Fried Chicken. For those who are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to stay notified for all of my future uploads. It really does help with the growth of my channel. But let's jump right into it. So, with the introduction to 4.0 Live, we were also introduced to some brand new weapon components. We have new compensators and new sights and a whole plethora of other attachments for your guns that changes the way how they feel whenever you're out there in the verse doing any bunker missions or anything out there that requires you to use FPS weapons. These attachments has their own statistics. So let's jump in to see what these statistics actually are and how they can affect your weapon when you're out there in a gunfight. I'm going to be using the P4 as an example because I have a compensator and a sight for this rifle. So let's take a look at the compensator. As you can see, it now has some stats. Recoil stability is plus 40%, recoil kick is plus 40%, spread is minus 10%, projectile speed is minus 12%. So the overall shooting should be a lot smoother when it comes to this compensator. And I believe that this may be the very beginnings of the introductions to blueprints and things, just to show how certain weapons and items and things like that can change with better crafting materials, just to give you better stat boosts for your equipment. Or they could just be out there because it's Pyro and Pyro stuff and they have crazy things over there in Pyro. But now let's take a quick peek at the scope and see what stats it gives me as well. Right off the bat, this thing gives a lot. So we have 2 to 4 times magnification, and then the aim time has also been reduced, and then the recoil smoothness has also been increased as well, so way more smoothing shots. So think about it, 10% recoil smoothness with the sight, and then we have another 40% recoil smoothness with the compensator. This thing is going to shoot very straight. But now let's do some testing to see how well it actually feels and how it looks in the game. So to start this off, I'm going to be taking the P4 and stripping it down to just its base form so we can see how the gun acts without no compensator or sight attached to it. So as you can see here, the gun without any attachments shoots really wild. It's bullets everywhere, crazy recoil and kick. But once I start to add these attachments, the statistics of the gun is going to change. It is going to shoot far more smoother and superior versus without having any attachments at all on the guns. So make sure you're looting some of the guns and the bodies whenever you go bunker busting or you go to outposts and stuff, because there's a high chance that NPCs will have these attachments on their guns. So now let's test out to see how it fires with the brand new attachments. As you can see, the difference is uncanny. With these attachments attached to the gun, it is super smooth and there's so much less recoil thanks to the compensator and the combination with the sight. The recoil smoothness and the kickback is reduced greatly. Like, just imagine I'm out there actually in the field actually trying to aim at my targets. I would have no issues whatsoever holding the line. And boom, there you have it. The brand new weapon attachments for Star Citizen is incredible. They really do make a huge difference when you're out there in the verse and you're going down to bunkers or you're doing the contested zones or anything. It really adds an extra level of control to your weapons, just so you're not out there praying and spraying, because that's what we do most of the time, because these guns have a lot of wild kick and recoil. I first got a taste of these attachments in the EPTU before it hit live at the contested zones, and I was really enjoying them just because it allowed me to shoot far more accurately versus the other components that you can find in the game. I highly recommend you locate some of these. They're very easy to find. Go do just a few bunker missions and go look at the enemies because they almost all pack these attachments. And if you manage to find a bunch of them and start attaching them to your weapons, it will give you a significant advantage versus the average player who does not have these attachments. So go out there and look for them. But this has been the Big Bird on the Block FC, aka Fried Chicken. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you can stay notified for all of my future uploads. Big Bird out.